Welcome back to the huddle. Cody Chapman and Jeff McIntyre, Homefield, Michigan real estate consultants in downtown Owosso. Today we are discussing a topic that comes up quite a bit. With buyer demand being so high right now, we are, and frankly, even when buyer demand is not so high, this is a great process, something our buyers find very beneficial. It's called the VIP buyer program. So we've been implementing this program now out of this office building for 6 years, and every buyer that comes through the process is appreciative of how thorough and informative it is. So we're going to talk about the three steps to becoming a VIP buyer. But before we do that, I think it's important to explain why a VIP buyer is so important and why that program is so important to the buying process. So first off, from our perspective, it comes down to some loyalty for our clients. We only work with VIP buyers primarily because those buyers have committed to us, which means we have committed our resources to them to help them find the ideal home for them. Not for us, but for them. And so, knowing that we're going to make sure our schedules are available for those buyers versus committing our time to a buyer that has not committed to us. And I think that's important. We make sure we set aside the time in our schedules to be able to accommodate a VIP buyer. So the three steps of the process, Cody. Step number one, definitely the right way to get started in this process is obtain a pre-approval. Why don't you tell us how important it is or why it's so important to obtain a pre-approval?
Pre-approval is the most important step of the process. That's where you sit down with the local trusted lender and you go over the buying process as far as the lending side of things. And they verify your information and make sure that you are qualified to purchase that home. So that way you can know going into it that you're fully prepared to write not only a offer, but in this market, a really strong offer.
Absolutely. So there is the caveat that if you're a cash buyer, we don't need a pre-approval letter, but we'll definitely need proof of funds that you have the funds that in the amount that you're looking to buy. It's not so much that we need it, but your seller of the house you're trying to buy, or at least the ones you're even trying to look at, are going to want to know that you are qualified to buy that home. That makes perfect sense, right?
Absolutely.
The other side of that is, especially a mortgage buyer, they have the opportunity to fully understand the financial situation that surrounds their mortgage. Sitting down with their one of our preferred lenders allows them to go into this process knowing what their budget is and what things impact their budget. So that's the pre-approval or step number one of the VIP buyer program. Number two is to come in for a buyer consultation here at the office. And Cody, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So the buyer consultation is where you come in, sit down, and we go over. I have a slideshow put together to go over the entire buying process with you from start to finish. So as far as looking at homes, obviously you're already pre-approved or have your proof of funds. And then we discussed looking at homes, writing the offer, what we put in the offer, and then what your costs are coming up front as far as home inspection, appraisal, if we need to request repairs, kind of timeline on how the whole thing works. So that way you can schedule or have an idea on when you're planning on being able to move into your home. And we will also go over every aspect in the offer that we would put on different scenarios. So that way when we go to write an offer, you're not going into a blind. You can fully have an idea on what to expect beforehand.
Absolutely.
So it's very informative, and my buyers absolutely love it.
Even if you're a seasoned home buyer and home seller, the process changes, the market changes. There's a lot to learn in this consultation. We believe that an educated buyer is a less stressed buyer who will enjoy the process a lot more and be able to focus on the right things, which is, buying the right house for them.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people who buy and sell houses, every 3 or 4 years come in and still do the consultation every year or every time because they know that there's something for them to learn and something that will help them along in the process, or help us help them. Uh, so it's been a good process, and it's a great time just to get to know the client as well, get to
Right.
know each
Things
other.
have changed. And also, you're not going to write an offer maybe 5 years ago, like you did 5 years ago for them, because
Exactly.
the market has changed. So
Exactly.
you got different strategies.
For sure. And the third step, the final step in the VIP buyer program, becomes pretty obvious as you go through the consultation, but that's to hire us as your trusted real estate source to help you buy your next house. And it's really a two-way street. It's not just you locked into buying your house from us, but it's a commitment from us to, like we talked about earlier, commit our resources and our time and our expertise to help you buy that home. And by having an agreement that we have a two-way loyalty, it's a much better working relationship. You know that you have somebody on your side, and frankly, we're legally bound to uh, fulfill the duties that are in that agreement. So it's again one of those things where when we put all three of these things together, a, we have a great working relationship set up with our client. B, we have a known process to operate from, and three, we have that loyalty, so we don't have to worry. Neither one of us have to worry about whether the other party is going to fulfill their side of things. And you need somebody in any market, but this market in particular, you need to know that you have somebody in your corner at the ready to get you into the house, to write the offer, to help negotiate on your behalf, and to navigate this market. Frankly, what do you have to say about that, Cody?
I think you pretty much hit it all on the spot. It's just our exclusive loyalty agreement is, like Jeff said, it's loyalty from you to us, but it's from us to you, for the simple fact that I do things behind closed doors that people don't know about, that I'm out doing every day for my buyer clients, trying to find them a home that may not even be on the market. For me to put in that time to have that loyalty, it just means everything. And then not only that, but it allows me to go out and do that for you.
Absolutely. So that is the VIP buyer process, and we are Homefield Michigan Real Estate Consultants, and you are
Cody Chapman with Homefield Michigan Real Estate, and I can't wait to meet you.